Hello and welcome back to the Pray, Play, and Get Paid podcast. And Happy New Year. Oh my goodness. This is the first official podcast episode of 2025. I'm so excited. I just pray that you had a beautiful, beautiful Christmas and a happy new year, and you are ready to dive into it, ready to dive into this next year, excited and expectant for what's to come. Okay. So I'm very excited for today's episode because we are going to audit your group program. So if you have a group program, like a membership, a mastermind, a 3 month, 6 month community. This is going to be a very important episode. And you want to make sure that you listen to this and you take really good notes because we are going to audit your program. And if you're listening to this and maybe you don't have a group program just yet, yeah, maybe 2025 is the year where you are thinking about creating a membership or a mastermind or expand your offer suite into a group program. This is still a very important episode to listen to because I'm going to give you some strategy and key things to think about uh, that will support you before, while, and before you put together your group program. So, this is going to support you whether you're in the works and preparing to launch a group program or you already have a group offer. And the reason why we are auditing your group offer, your group program today is because you need to know as the coach and business owner of what's working and what's not working. Here's the thing. I see coaches make this mistake all the time. They create a group program, again, whether it's a membership or a mastermind, a 3 month program, a 6 month program. They create these group programs based on what other coaches are doing in the industry. But what other coaches are doing and how they're structuring their groups, that may not be supportive for your clients, and that may not be the structure that your clients need in order to see success. And so you created your group program, or you're in the works of creating a group program. Okay, now it's time to do an audit of what is actually working, serving you and serving your clients, and what's not working, and what are some potential things that maybe you can tweak or refine to your group program to increase the client experience and also increase your client retention and your referrals, right? Because your group program, it shouldn't just be structured to get your clients results. In fact, that is the bare minimum. Your coaching, your group program, of course, it should be getting your clients results, but that's the bare minimum. Your group program should also be doing the selling for you. And here's what I mean by that. Is your group growing? Are you filling your group container from clients who want to re-enroll and renew and stay in your world, and clients that naturally refer others to your group? Because you've done such a beautiful job of the client experience inside and cultivating a safe community inside your group program. That's the goal of groups. It's not just to put together, okay, it's 3 months, you get weekly calls, you get Slack access. Creating a group program is more than that. To create a group program that stands out and does the selling for you, you need to know how to master client experience inside the actual program. Yes, how to get your clients results, but how to structure the client experience how to cultivate a community inside your group, and how to create an environment where your dream clients, they come into your group program and they don't want to leave and they want to stay with you for the next 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. And they're selling and basically promoting the group for you and leading more dream clients into your group, into your space, right? That's the goal of 2025. That's the goal if you're in my world. It's more than just, okay, let's launch a group program and sign on clients. I want you to be the standout coach who has such a hot and loyal community of raving fans. And once you learn how to sign on and attract and bring on that client, now it's about serving with excellence and delivering a client experience that's unlike any other. And I know that's your heart for the kind of programs that you want to run in 2025. So this is why we are doing a program audit today, so we can find those gaps, so you can find those gaps. And so you could know, okay, what do you need to work on inside your program and how can you tweak it and refine it to get your clients bigger results, but to also improve and increase the client experience. And then as a result, make more money from client retention and referrals. So I quickly want to go over the signs and symptoms that you need to know on how to refine your group program. Right. I think there's common signs and symptoms that we can all think of, right? Like maybe clients are disengaging or going ghost. You check in on them and you follow up with them to see what's going on and trying to get them to re-engage. So that's a common sign. That's a common symptom. Some other things to look for is, maybe clients are coming in, they're joining your programs, they're engaged, they're self-led, they're a dream client, they're excited, but then a few weeks go by and the excitement dies down and they're not really energized. They're not really, quote unquote self-led. They're not really plugging in and using the coaching container as much as they were maybe in the beginning when they joined. Another sign that you need to refine your group program is that you wake up and you plug into your community for the day, whether that's in Slack, Telegram, a Facebook group, and it's kind of quiet in there, right? Maybe clients do plug in just to ask you a question, maybe to get some quick feedback and support around something, but it kind of feels like you're doing a whole bunch of one-on-one coaching and Q&A in this group container. And we know that's not the power and purpose of a group. The whole reason why you created a group program was because of the collective conversation, because of the beautiful community that could be built inside of your group program, right? Like, I know you want to wake up every morning and you want to plug into your community and you want to see dream clients coaching each other, supporting each other, sharing their wins, sharing their celebrations, spreading encouragement, networking, right? Hyping each other up. You understand the beautiful nature of a community. And so that's the whole reason that you also created a group program for that community. But right now, it doesn't kind of feel like that, or it doesn't really look like that. Maybe clients are showing up and plugging in, they're asking questions, they're wanting coaching, but it feels like a lot of the work is on you. You're doing a lot more one-on-one. It's a lot more Q&A, and it's missing that community feel. It's missing that collective conversation. Another sign that your group program may need a refinement, your group may need a glow up, is that people aren't showing up to the group calls, or there's that there's something missing on the actual coaching calls, right? Like you're sending reminder emails, but yet maybe like the same 3 to 5 people, they're showing up. And even when they show up to the calls, they have nothing to get coaching on. It's kind of, again, it feels like you're doing more one-on-one coaching and Q&A, and you want these calls to be exciting, and you want the chat to be blowing up as you're coaching people, and you want people, you want your clients to feel like they're giving value. They're not just there to get value. And so maybe it's how you're actually structuring your group calls or the group container itself, but that's typically a sign that your group needs a glow up. There's something that maybe is missing there that we need to tweak and refine. And the last sign and symptom that your group needs a glow up, that there's something that needs to be refined, is that clients aren't really self-led, right? They're not going through the portal, they're not implementing the material. Maybe they're showing up occasionally in the community thread, but they're not really committed to the coaching container, right? And so I see coaches make the mistake of saying, oh, I'll just speak to that higher level self-led client more in my content, in my actual messaging. And even though that's so important to make sure you are speaking to your dream human in your content and in your messaging, that does not guarantee that your clients will remain committed and self-led when they actually pay you and join that group program. It is your job as the coach to lead your clients, to teach them how to be self-led, to show them how to be self-led, and to hold that standard for them to be committed to being self-led throughout the whole coaching container, throughout the whole coaching relationship. And so even though you may attract self-led higher level clients and they come into your programs and offers, you're still responsible for holding that standard and communicating that standard. And that's the big gap that I see a lot of coaches make, is that there are dream clients already in their group programs, but they don't know necessarily how to lead them or how to communicate. And so what happens then is that these self-led high level clients, they end up disengaging, or they end up not renewing when their contract comes to an end. Okay, so I now want to dive into the actual audit. Again, grab your pen and paper because this is going to be gold, guys. So gold, so gold. So these are some things that maybe you need to look for, questions to ask yourself when it comes to your group program, your group offer. And the first thing I want to talk about is the structure of your program. When I say structure of your program, I mean how you actually laid out your program. Is it 6 months? Is it 3 months? Is it a membership style? How many calls do they get? When do they get support? Where do they get support? What does the layout of the portal look like? So it's a lot of that. Back end work that comes into creating a group program. We want to look at that. We want to look at how you structured your group program, because there are two mistakes that coaches tend to make. And that is either structuring their program and making it overwhelming, or structuring their program in a way where it's underwhelming for their clients. And I'm going to talk about both. So when it comes to making sure and beware of not making your program overwhelming, what I see for a lot of coaches when they're making a program that's overwhelming for their clients is they have too much going on. So for example, say they have a Slack community, and then they have like a million channels or a million threads. And then your clients are like, well, where do I go just to ask a question? Or where do I go when I need when I need support? Another way that coaches tend to make their program overwhelming is adding too much to the actual program curriculum and the portal. So the clients plug in to the portal and they're excited to learn, they're excited to grow, but then they see 50 plus videos that they have to watch and 20 plus workbooks that they have to fill out. And they're like, whoa, this is a lot. And then they go and click the first video and it's like an hour and 20 minutes long, right? Like there might be a reason why your clients aren't plugging into the portal and implementing the material, because you're overwhelming them with information, and your clients are actually going into analysis paralysis. And then with underwhelming your clients, your marketing, your content, you're communicating maybe how awesome and incredible your program is, maybe all the things that they will get inside, and your marketing, like just your marketing and painting a picture of your community and group program a certain way. But then when your clients actually come into your program, it looks different and it feels different than what you were marketing. And so when it comes to the structure of your program, there's a few things I want you to think about and consider. The first thing is what you're marketing actually what you're delivering inside of your program? We have to make sure that matches, that what you're marketing, what you're promising, your program is actually a match for that. Because if clients are excited and like, wow, this sounds so valuable, that I need this, I want this, and then they come into your program and they're like, I've experienced better, they're not going to want to stay, they're not going to want to engage, they're not going to want to refer their friends. And so there has to be a match there, right, with the client experience in your content and the client experience that you're providing in your actual program. There needs to be a match there. The second thing I want you to ask yourself and investigate and get curious when it comes to the structure of your program is, did you structure your program based on who your soulmate client is and what they actually need, the type of support that they actually need? A lot of coaches make this mistake again, right? They think, oh, I'll just add more because more equals more value, but that's not always the case, right? More does not always equal more value. You really have to be intentional and specific with how you are structuring your soulmate client, or I'm sorry, how you are creating your group program. And your group program needs to really reflect who it is that you want inside and your soulmate client. So for example, my mastermind, there's a reason why we don't have weekly mastermind calls. There's a reason why they don't get a portal full of trainings, right? It's because they are high achieving business owners. Some of them are even making multi six figures in their business. And so they're busy bees. They don't really have time and they don't really need to sit down and watch a bunch of trainings and watch a bunch of videos. They're actually out there and they're getting results and they're implementing, right? And they don't need weekly mastermind calls because, again, they're busy actually showing up in their business and getting results, right? And so actually, if I structured my mastermind with weekly calls and then a Slack access and then also a portal full of trainings, right? That would be so overwhelming for who my soulmate client is in the mastermind for the mastermind, right? And so I had to structure it in a way where it wasn't overwhelming, but they were still being supported and they were still getting great value. And so you really need to be clear on who your soulmate client is, where they're at in their journey, and what type of support they actually really need. And then make sure your group program, your offer communicates that, provides that for them. Okay. So when it also comes to, making sure that your program, the structure of your program is not overwhelming for your clients. Thinking about, again, I touched on this, but I want to go a little bit deeper into like the portal and the trainings that you provide for them. Are they short? Are they specific? Are they easy to consume and then go and implement the material? Or are the trainings that you have inside your portal, are they long? And do they not leave your clients with a clear action step? Right? Because again, even the way that you structure your trainings and your videos in your portal, you don't just want to throw information at your client. You want to structure your trainings and videos and course material in a way where it's very short. It's easy for your clients to consume. It's easy for your client to receive that one breakthrough in that one video that they watch, but then it also communicates a clear action step. Okay, they watch the 20-minute video, they get awareness, they get that breakthrough, and it also communicates what is something that they need to do right after that video or that week in order to implement, in order to get the results. So just something to think about as well when you're structuring your program. Okay, leading into the second thing that I want to talk about when it comes to auditing your group program, you also want to audit your energy and your mindset. How do you feel when it comes to delivering this service? Is there any resistance when it comes to showing up and serving your clients in your group program? Is there any burnout after the group calls and showing up in the Telegram channel and serving your clients, delivering on the service? Because here's the thing. You want to make sure that you are showing up activated and excited, because your clients, this is a coaching tool right here, your clients will constantly mirror your own energy. And so do an energy and mindset check right now on your program, on your group program. Is it a program that you are excited and activated to show up in? Because if you are excited and activated to show up in this program, your clients will also be excited and activated to show up in your program. Your clients are not responsible for validating your offer. You need to, and this goes even beyond whatever group program that you run, but any program that you run, one-on-one coaching, right? Of course, your clients are not responsible for validating your offer. You need to believe in yourself first, and you need to believe first in the value of your offer and what you do. Your clients should be confirming the value of your offer and what you should do, but you should not be expecting your clients to give you that proof and that validation, I guess I should say, right? And so are you showing up every day in your program, your group program, with excitement and with trust and with belief that that was the best thing you ever created, and you're so excited to serve your clients that day? But if you're experiencing resistance, if you're experiencing burnout, that's something that you need to pay attention to. Now, that doesn't mean you have to burn your business to the ground. You have to burn that program to the ground. Maybe it's just a slight tweak or refinement that needs to be made, but pay attention to your own mindset and pay attention to your own energy when it comes to showing up in your group program. Okay, moving on. The third thing that I want to dive into to audit your program is the client feedback. Pay attention to the feedback that you are getting from your clients. Now, this includes what they say and what they don't say. So, a type of feedback that you can get is maybe you send out feedback forms. Maybe you send out monthly check-in forms, right? Maybe you have a feedback form at the end when they're finishing up the program with you and they get the opportunity to share their testimonial with you, right? Yes, those are ways to gather feedback. You can also gather feedback on the calls. How do you feel after today's group call? What are you guys enjoying about the group program so far? Is there anything else that you feel like you guys need in this space? So you can get that verbal feedback from them as well as that written feedback. But client feedback is also in what clients don't typically say. It could be in body language. It could also be like if clients aren't going through the portal, they aren't showing up to calls, they aren't renewing and staying in your coaching container. This is all feedback. And so one of the most powerful things you can do as a business owner is ask yourself, why is this happening and how am I creating this result? What happens is a lot of coaches make the mistake of they take what the clients do so personally. So if clients aren't engaging or clients aren't showing up to calls or clients aren't renewing, if clients aren't referring their friends, coaches make the mistake of taking that personally and they fall into this like victim mindset of, oh, my clients don't like me. They don't like my containers. They hate this space. But no, I want you to just look at it like it's information. It's just information. It's just feedback. And now you are in control of what you want to do with it. And so if there's something that you don't like, ask yourself, why is this happening and how am I creating this result? Okay, the last part of doing a program audit is actually looking at the numbers and the metrics. Do you know your client retention percentage for that group program? Do you know your referral percentage for that group program? Do you know how many clients stay engaged from the moment they join all the way to the end of the program? Or is there a percentage of clients that maybe stop and quit or disengage halfway through? Do you know your percentage for how many clients are getting results? Actual tangible results in your program. These are the things that you should be tracking. Yes, you need to be looking at the numbers. You need to be looking at the metrics because those are tools, those are resources. It's feedback of what you maybe need to work on or tweak and refine in your program. And so when you're doing a group glow up audit, you want to be looking at those numbers. You want to be looking at those things. You need to know how many clients are sticking around. And let me tell you right here and right now, if it's less than 85%, you need to hire me. How many referrals did you get in the last 6 months for your group program? And let me tell you, if it was less than 2 referrals a month, you need to hire me. What is your percentage of how many clients are getting results, tangible results? And let me tell you, if it's less than 90%, you need to hire me. To my own horn here for a second. Okay, so quick recap. Doing an audit of your group program. How do you know if your group actually needs a glow up? Well, auditing the actual structure of the program, how it's structured, your energy and mindset towards the program, and showing up and delivering the service, the feedback that you're actually getting from your client, and then your metrics, your numbers when it comes to how many are retaining, how many are you getting referrals, how many are getting results. These are all things that you want to make sure you look at and pay attention to when it comes to your group program. And so I hope that information right now is telling you and showing you what are some things you need to look at, what are some things you need to pay attention to, and you can play around. You can just take this information, you can take all of this feedback, you can take this awareness, and then create an action plan for, okay, what do you need to actually tweak? What is it that you need to refine to make your group program even better for you and your clients inside? And if you need help doing this, okay, you need to get your booty inside Group Glow Up. Group Glow Up is a 4-week program. It's very live, it's very interactive. And Group Glow Up, it is a program designed to help you breathe life back into your group coaching programs. So whether you run a mastermind, a membership, a course, this is where we will take your group from okay to extraordinary, meh to magnetic. There are 3 things that we focus inside of Group Glow Up. So the first thing we focus on is engagement. So how to create a culture of connection and excitement where your clients are self-led and they show up because they want to. So no more chasing clients, no more begging them to engage, no more trying to get them to show up to the group calls. You're going to learn powerful tools and strategies to get your clients engaged and active and be self-led in your group program. We're also going to focus on community. So how to build a true community that feels alive, that's collaborative, that's supportive. Again, you don't have to do a whole bunch of one-on-one coaching in a group program. That's not the purpose of it. So we're going to focus on helping you create a community of raving fans, those who come into your program and they love the space that you've created and they're coaching each other and they're referring all their friends. And then we're going to specifically work on that retention piece, strategies to ensure your clients stick with your program, get bigger, faster results, and then become your biggest fans who renew and refer others. So the purpose of Group Glow Up, this isn't about throwing more at your clients or overloading your program, right? Again, it's about refining what you already have to make it irresistible. It's about aligning your program with your God-given vision and creating a space where both you and your clients thrive. So that's the heart and mission behind Group Glow Up. We start January 27th. If you're listening to this in real time, it's 4 weeks. You get access to live and interactive group trainings. You also get access to a Facebook group where you can plug in with your questions, where you can plug in for feedback. And the beautiful thing about Group Glow Up being live is that you have my eyes on your group program. So you have my eyes on the structure of your group program, on your heart, your energy, your mindset towards your group program, right? Your metrics, your numbers. And then we'll dive into strategies on how to increase those things, increase your retention, increase your client results. All the things that we went over today, we will actually dive into that and you'll get specific hands-on accountability and support with everything that we went over today. So maybe right now you went through the audit and you're like, okay, I see my gaps. I see what I can refine. I see how I can make my client retention better, how my client experience better. I see where maybe I can get my clients bigger, faster results. Okay, So then come into group glow up, because then we will work on those things together. And I will help you implement that and take action from what was uncovered from today's audit. Okay. So I'll drop the link for you to join us in the description. And I really hope, again, whether or not you join us in Group Glow Up, that you do take action from this audit. Don't just let this be a podcast episode where it's like you listen, you consume, and then you say, oh, that was nice. And then you jump into something else. This means doing this work, taking this action. This means that in 2025, you are committed to being the best coach that you can be with a program that is unlike any other. And when you commit to that and do that work, your clients are going to stay in your world. They're going to refer all their friends. You're going to naturally make more money. And you're going to become that go-to coach in your industry. You're going to be the coach. You're not just a business coach. You're not just a health coach. You're not just a relationship coach. You're going to be the coach with a group program that is unlike any other in your industry. Okay. I pray this blessed you. Go out, do this audit, come and join us in Group Glow Up. The link is in the description, and my DMs are open if you have any questions. I love you, and I will talk to you next week.